I was a professional soccer player for 13 years in my late teens and most of my 20s. Certainly my debut against Grimsby, scoring on my debut was a wonderful memory to have. And then the year that we kind of won the championship and went up then as well, and in between just memories of particular games and stuff, you know. But I loved the club. I loved the players that we had there at the time. Kind of made some wonderful, like, lifelong friends and everything. So I have nothing but positive experiences from the club. So I discovered my vocation quite late in life. In this sense, it was about when I was about 29. Kind of started to return to the practice of my faith through the, I suppose, the example of my sister. Started to read about the faith and really take it very personally for the first time. And that led me on a discovery of the faith for the first time in a very deep way, and to actually make the decision to leave my football career, return to Belfast and pursue a vocation. So I'd never thought about being a priest at all growing up. That wasn't there at all. When I came home to Belfast in 2009 and I'd returned to Mass and I was taking a break from the game, and I was thinking of possibility, what would I do after my football career? I still intended to finish my career maybe at 35, at 6 years maybe left. But in the course of that year, the practice of my faith just became so strong and all-encompassing now, and I decided to kind of leave football and pursue what I perceived at that time a priestly vocation. When I look back at it now, I had a desire for community life, but my priestly vocation was quite strong. I felt the Lord calling me to be a priest. And so I joined the Diocesan Seminary in Belfast and spent 2 years there in St Malachy's in Belfast, and then I went to Rome to study my first year of theology. It was in that year in Rome really where it really came to a head, where I realised that my whole life as a footballer was surrounded by teammates pursuing a common goal. I thought I'd flourish better within a group setting, living a religious life in a more communal way. And I started to really feel that maybe God was calling me to a religious way of life and community, and more fraternity and community living. And so in that year, I quite providentially came across a number of Dominican brothers for the first time in Rome. And I really learnt about the order then. I didn't know much about it. And just the charism captured me. And at that stage, I contacted the bishop of my diocese and told him that I would be leaving to discern either monastic or religious life. I'd visited a number of communities. But in that summer of 2012, I met with the Dominican's vocation director, and I entered the novitiate that summer. So that's how I ended up in the order.